Hey guys, welcome back to the Anime Collector. Today I need to talk to you about something that probably won't affect us, but there's a chance that if I don't bring it up now, then the next two podcasts might be the last time I get to talk to you in a very long time. So I felt like it was worth it enough to tackle this subject. You've probably heard by now that YouTube has recently changed their policy regarding the requirements to get into the partnership program. In the past, anytime YouTube has changed a policy, if you were an existing channel before the policy changed, you were basically grandfathered into whatever the policy was at the time that you created your channel. So, for instance, a couple months ago, they changed the requirements to be eligible for monetization so that you needed to have like 10,000 total channel views. But if your channel existed before then, you could remain monetized, right? Now, this policy change is affecting everybody. So channels like myself that are not quite at this threshold and anybody below that who's in the partner program has basically been given an ultimatum to meet the threshold or have your partnership terminated on February 20th. So the new requirements are that you need to have had 4,000 hours worth of watch time over the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Now, the way that you view your watch time in analytics is in minutes. So just FYI, if you're going to go check out your analytics, it's 240,000 minutes. Okay? Now, I've been very fortunate with this channel in that we've got over 6,000 hours, so that's not an issue for us. But we are still under 1,000 subscribers by about 150 or so. So before February 20th, I need to get 150 or so subscribers in order to beat the 1,000 subscriber threshold so that we can proceed as if nothing has happened. And I think that we can easily do that with your help if you just want to, share my videos around with people you know that you think would enjoy them. And whatever you got to do, just share it on social media or whatever. I think we could easily get there. So I'm not too concerned. The reason that I'm making this video is because it's unclear what exactly is at stake if the partnership gets terminated. I can tell you for sure that monetization is going to be off the table. That's the entire reason why YouTube is doing this. They started with that first policy that I mentioned about the 10,000 total channel views to try to discourage or cut down on how many channels were being created all the time, because new channels are popping up every day, obviously, right? And people were at one time able to monetize immediately, same day that they started the channel and all that. So YouTube has this issue that they're dealing with because of the adpocalypse, where all of these advertisers have just pulled out of YouTube altogether. So YouTube has fewer ads to go around. So, the heavy hitters, the 1% YouTubers like PewDiePie and whatnot, they have ads that show up on every single view, right? But for channels like mine, it might be 30, 100, maybe even 1,000, every 1,000 views before you actually have an ad show up, because there's just not enough to go around. And there are probably more channels on YouTube that have less than 1,000 subscribers than channels that have more. So by wiping out everybody that doesn't meet the threshold, YouTube is able to basically, I would say maybe even up to 50% or more of the entire videos on YouTube are going to be wiped of ads. So the remaining 50 or less percent are going to have more, obviously, to go around. That's clearly why they're doing this. But the thing is that over the years, the policy has changed so much that I'm not 100% sure what exactly is part of the partnership program anymore, because there was a time where partnership, I believe, came with more than just monetization. It came with things like a custom URL, which at one point they changed the policy to where you needed 100 subscribers or something like that to be able to access the custom URL. But again, if you had started before that, you were grandfathered in. Things like, I think, custom thumbnails was a perk that came with being a partner, and being able to appeal content ID, I think, might have been one of them. And the one that I'm worried about is live streaming, because if I lose live streaming, I lose the OCA podcast. And as you guys know, I'm actually launching a business this coming week, so the next 4 months are going to be hell for me, and the only real time I'm going to get to devote to the channel is going to be during the podcast. And I mean, literally, we've just started to really gain traction with that podcast. We've got a great community over on the Facebook group associated with it. And literally tonight, I spent about 2 hours with Augie and a member of that Facebook group in a private live stream where we looked at a Craigslist ad that he found, and we sort of helped him determine, of this huge anime collection that was for sale, what things would be worth definitely picking up with the budget that he had, you know? And for me, just, I live for the ability to talk to other collectors and be able to do that stuff. So if, and again, I don't know if we're going to lose live streaming, but if we do, that is going to really suck. Now, as far as the monetization goes, if that's all I lose, that's fine. I don't really care about that. But you do have to understand that the reason this is so important to smaller YouTubers is not because of the ad revenue, because 4,000 hours worth of watch time, if you're right at that threshold or, you know, underneath it, you're making like 4,000 hours a year is probably like 40 to 60 bucks, right? And in fact, most channels that are underneath that threshold who are about to lose monetization probably haven't made anything, because YouTube has a policy with the AdSense where they're not going to send you a check for like 25 cents every couple of weeks. They have a threshold of $100 where you have to make over $100 before they send out a check, so that they're not sending out, you know, physical paper checks every day to people who've only made a penny. You know what I mean? So most of the people who are going to lose monetization weren't making money anyway. They didn't actually get any revenue from it. The thing about losing monetization is not that we're losing an income. It's that we're losing the fact that there's sort of an unwritten rule or an open secret on YouTube that the algorithm favors monetized videos because YouTube makes money off of those videos. So what we're losing by losing monetization is not the income, so to speak, it's the discoverability. And smaller channels need that discoverability a lot more, because the way that, you know, even if you don't subscribe to them, you probably know who PewDiePie is. Whether you want to or not, you probably know who Logan Paul is. But smaller channels like mine, we depend on people finding us through suggested videos and occasionally like the trending tab or whatever, when they put live streams up there when videos are live, that's a major way that we find new viewers, you know? So what's going to end up happening is that when people lose monetization, they're going to lose that discoverability, and it's going to be that much harder to reach that 4,000 hour threshold and the 1,000 subscriber threshold. So anyway, again, it's probably not going to affect us in terms of live streaming, but if it does, I just feel like I might as well explain that I'm only like 145, 150 subscribers away right now, and if you guys want to help me to get there, I'd really appreciate it. But even more so, any other smaller YouTubers that you follow that probably need a lot more help to get there, really focus on you know, helping them get there, you know, sharing them with your friends and stuff, because I've been really bad about asking you guys to leave a like and subscribe and all that stuff. I don't do it because, quite frankly, I don't know, it's just like I feel like you're here because you want to be here, you know, and I guess I've taken it for granted, you know. So anyway, we've got about a month before February 20th. I think we can easily get to 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully, if I don't meet the 1,000 subscriber threshold, all we lose is monetization. Because if that's all it is, that doesn't matter to me. I'm really content with where things are on the channel right now and the community that we have with the OCA podcast and being able to communicate with you guys. So I'll get to that 1,000 subscribers eventually, and then we'll be over that threshold that we need, and I'll be reinstated as a partner. Yeah, it'd be nice if I don't have to worry about that. Although I will say that I am a little bit concerned that if I barely make it by February 20th to that 1,000 subscriber threshold, that what's stopping YouTube from upping the threshold again? Who knows? I feel like I said, I don't have the numbers on it, but I assume that there are more channels under 1,000 subscribers than are over. So I can't imagine that they're gonna need to up it again during the adpocalypse, unless somebody else like Logan Paul does something even worse and even more advertisers pull out, then that might be a case. But I think as things are right now, that I'm not gonna have to worry for a while that they're gonna pull the rug out from under me again. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for supporting the channel over the years. I hope to sometime this next year, hopefully be able to start doing some more tip videos and be producing some more content again. I will be releasing in the near future, hopefully, the review that I did for Anti-Tuber Expo on this channel in a 60 frames per second version, so you guys can look forward to that. But other than that, it's going to be mostly the OCA podcast for a while. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and seriously, go help out some of those smaller channels. Thanks.